Hello, welcome back to the Handy Homestead. I'm going to show you guys a little project I've been working on today. Back here in the woods, I've got one food plot over in there, in through that opening. And I'll spin you around. I got another little open spot over here with a deer feeder in it. And what I'm doing is making a small little pass through food plot right here. Deer usually come from behind the deer feeder over. They'll hit that deer feeder. They'll walk through here anyway. I had a trail made and they'll go out. And that's about a quarter acre or a third of an acre food plot over there. So this is just going to help add some more food to their diet. I don't even know if I hunt it, but I do kind of think maybe I'll put a ground blind right there. That's why I've kind of left that free of debris. I can put a ground blind right there, give us another spot to bring the kids out. And from the back behind me, the food plot the opening I made today to there is about 25 yards. And side to side, it's about 25 yards. I've drug most of it off with hand, which is by hand, but I'm wearing down. I got a head cold. And I'm gonna have to wait until probably tomorrow and go get my tractor, and push the rest of this out of the way. If I was spunky enough, that pine tree, I'd just go ahead and cut it up and throw it off the side, but I'm not feeling it at this point. Kind of done good to do what I've done. But this works for also, not just deer. If you got marginal land like this, the only thing this has for it is it's flat. But, you go back 40 years ago, they used to have cattle in here. You go back about 25 years ago, this was all field and they've just let it overgrown. And now we got all this scrub brush grown up and a lot of these pines. That pine tree right there, that's probably about 30 foot, I would guess. That one right there grown up. And then we got all these kind of things. Somebody, if y'all know what this is, let me know. These things, they grow 12 foot tall and then die. A lot of them do. And I'm sure it's some sort of a transition tree. But that's all that's what those are. Birds don't seem to like these berry type things or seeds, whatever's on them. They don't seem to pay them no mind. Deer don't eat them. Aside from providing some shade, I'm not exactly sure what good they are. So anyway, this is what I've been working on today. I felt like laying down on the ground, on the house, back in the recliner, turning the heat on, sleeping all day, but I was trying to get out and be useful. This is what I've been doing this with. That's a little Ego. That's a 16-inch bar on it. Little Ego battery-powered chainsaw. It's got a little 4 amp hour battery on it. I've got a Husqvarna, I think it's a 455. And that little thing right there weighs about half as much as it does. And that gives me no crank. I don't have to crank that up. I just pull the trigger and it starts working. And that allows me to, cut 5 or 10 of these little trees, set it off the side, drag them over, put them in a pile, drag them off into the brush here without having to crank it, a chainsaw all day. And probably just me, but whenever I got a chainsaw up and running, I feel like I need to run it for, 5 or 10 minutes to make it worth my while. Whereas that one, I can run it for a couple minutes and just set it down and not have to worry about it. I know that ain't for everybody, but for a small homestead, small holder of land, that thing right there is handy. I've got the weed eater and pole saw and leaf blower too to go along with it. They are handy tools. But this is good right here. This type of work, I hated it when I was younger. We used to rake leaves. I grew up on 1/3 of an acre, and we used to rake leaves every fall. And I hated it. And then we had some little trees, little screening type trees. We'd cut those back every, I think fall or spring. I can't remember. I have to haul all those off. I hated it. But as I've got older, I enjoy this coming into an area that didn't look like nothing. Really didn't benefit anything really for it being here. There, aside from deer going through it, there wasn't no use for it being here. But come in here, a day's worth of work. Well, not even days, because I haven't done much today, but a couple hours worth of work. I've been able to come in here and I've been able to make it useful. And you can do this if you got access to junky ground like this. If you got access to junky ground like this and you want to improve it, a little couple $100 chainsaw, hours worth of work, come in, no hard logging. I'm just not feeling good, or else I would have cut that up and moved it off by hand, but I'm going to get a tractor in here and move some of this. But a couple hours worth of work and a cheap chainsaw, you can make pasture. You can make an area to put your fence, or your, you can clear a fence line too, but you make an area to put your pigs at. I'm going to have enough sun down this spot. Ain't that sky beautiful? I'm going to have enough sun down here in this spot. I could probably, if I just wanted to, I could grow garden here even. Which I'm glad I don't have anything planted, because when you see all that white stuff, that's not decoration. We got snow and it's below freezing right now. Probably why I'm sick. It's already been 80 degrees today, or a week ago, I think. 80 degrees about a week ago. We've got snow. It snowed all day yesterday. Must have snowed all last night too, because I woke up and everything was white. And it snowed all this morning. About 20 degrees right now. And I was not prepared. I had to dig out. I'd already been on t-shirts. Had to dig out sweatshirts and gloves and toboggans and everything just to try to survive. I'm getting acclimated to it again. I think it's supposed to be 80 again here in about a week. So hopefully that'll help me feel better. Thinking about putting a ground blind right there. That'll put it at about a 25-yard shot over into here. Hang a little licking branch down right there. That'd be a good shot, hopefully. Give me a place to take the kids. They can shoot crossbow now. I shoot recurve some, and I'd love to find a place here to do it. But other than that tree right there, there's really not anything around big enough to hold me, or a tree stand even. I don't know if you can tell that right there, that's probably, I don't know what it looks like on the phone, but it's about 8 inches around right there, side to side. So I don't think that would hold me. Even if it did, those recurves, anybody ain't shot one, they're a whole different ball game once you get them up into a tree. Limbs are always wanting to smack on something or hit something. You can ruin a bow pretty quick like that. But anyhow, this is making raw land useful. Because prior to this, there was no use for it. It's just something that was there. Deer walked through it, and squirrels ran through it, and that was about it. And when I'd bought this place 8 years ago, I had permission to hunt it about 5 years before. And I hunted about 20 times in that 5 years. I seen exactly 2 deer, a mama and a yearling running through, and that was it. Seen some squirrels, no rabbits. And now I went through and I've cleared off that for a food plot over there, 1/4 acre. Got the corn pile, or deer feeder over there. And I've made all kind of trails in through here for deer to travel on. I can get my tractor all back through here. And now we're getting rabbits. And I think that's because of this stuff right here. I'm not burning this, these trees I'm cutting down. I didn't burn any of the ones that I whenever I cut them down to make trails, I put them all in piles, and I think I created a habitat that now we're getting some rabbits. And I've created the habitat through sweat and some blood and a yellow jacket's nest I ran through years ago. And we're having some deer now too. I went from 2 deer in 5 years to last year we held, I think I had 4 adult does and 4 or 5 yearlings with them. And I know they're not just on this 15 acres. I'm not that crazy. But they were here pretty regular. And at one point in time, I could have killed every one of them throughout the season. So elbow grease goes a long way. It's almost like God created the earth for mankind to actually touch it, massage it, and nurse it, and be useful in it. Almost like that anyway. Like it was God's design. And it never struck me until the other day. But everybody always quotes the first verse of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And it never really struck me until the other day that we are made in the image of God. In my belief anyway, I'm made in the image of God. And right off the bat, just like that, God was creating. And that first verse of the Bible, in the beginning, God created. And if I'm made in the image of God, I think I'm supposed to be creating too. And hopefully, this fall, a couple months, this will pay off. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyhow, so y'all have a good day. This cold snap is a reprieve from the hot weather before the snakes and the ticks and the chiggers get out. So I hope you all get out and get something done. Goodbye.